We cannot see what shapes our fate, what bids us go or makes us wait. Sometimes the slightest move or breath predetermines life or death.
Thus thought Captain Henry Millican, who owed his life to his serving man, who had in a moment filled with panic stopped him boarding the ship Titanic. Determined to give his man a treat, Millican had left his London seat to spend Christmas far away from Chelsea, in Walthamstow, with his man's Aunt Elsie. Thus, on Christmas Eve, amid the snow, in a hostelry in Walthamstow, Captain Millican sat by the fire, like a superannuated squire. Earlier, he'd gained the crowd's regard through magic tricks with playing cards, and added to the Christmas cheer by finding cash in someone's ear. But now he was joined by Humphrey Pete, Alaric, James and Barnaby Fleet, and these gents commenced the old tradition of the storytelling competition. And Millican, sitting straight and proud, explained to the assembled crowd how he had recently been saved from the perils of a watery grave.
On April the 10th, this very year, I was standing on Southampton Pier, ready to start transoceanic travel aboard RNS Titanic. Next to me, with our bags and the ticket, stood my serving man, Ptolomy Picket. He looks underpaid and underfed, but in actual fact, he's simply dead. Now, as we awaited the call to board, a wind as cutting as a sword swept the ticket and the boarding pass from Ptolemy's insensate grasp. My temper flared, both hot and dark, when I realised we could not embark. I would have had that servant's head had he not been already dead. But it seems the gods were on our side, preventing our transatlantic ride. If that ticket hadn't blown away, I'd be on the ocean floor today.
This story drew polite applause, and then with barely any pause, a second storyteller said,
I too have servants who are dead. I started with one, but now have many. I rent them out for a pretty penny. I am in fact the sole creator of the spirit servant replicator. Although I was quick to see the scope of this technology, it took longer than anticipated to get it fully calibrated. Pandemonium then entailed, and I found myself thrown in jail among the criminals and their keepers until I thought, Egad, Eureka! My release will be guaranteed if I offer the cops just what they need. Some zombie plods from down below to police the streets of Walthamstow. And now my replicator's fixed, and I am a spiritual capitalist. By renting each ghost for just a shilling, I'm making a financial killing.
The crowd exclaimed at Humphrey's tale, and priming their throats with foamy ale, they shouted for another story. So James Ponsonby, in all his glory, said,
For leaving this very inn one night, I turned to the left and not to the right, and this mistake in navigation led to my consternation into a bizarre alternate world where strange adventures then unfurled. I saw, to my intense surprise, an omnibus traverse the skies, a man with a flying umbrella, and a levitating pastry seller. Then all at once I was alone, a street or two away from home, and though I searched, as anyone would, the mysterious world was gone for good.
Tell us more!
The listeners cried, pressing in on every side. Sir Barnaby Fleet then took the floor and shocked the listeners even more with a tale in which a dodgy potion set a strange chain of events in motion.
One evening after careless drinking, I found myself rapidly shrinking, till no bigger than a little mouse, I was chased by Felix around the house. My feet described a double helix as I desperately avoided Felix.
Can you explain this?
Humphrey asked, taking his friend gently to task.
I admit, hand on heart, alcohol may have played a part.
This frank admission educed clapping, which almost drowned the distant rapping of desperate fists upon a door, and footsteps pounding on the floor.
Quick, Alaric,
Barnaby urged.
we seem about to be disturbed, so hurry up and do regale us all with your fantastic tale.
Alas, I have no tale to tell.
Said Alaric, as faces fell.
I neither remember nor foresee anything of note happening to me.
At that point, a maid, distressed, appeared.
Dreadful news, I am afeard. One of our most esteemed members has been horribly killed in the town centre. The police are here. They wish to speak.
21 within the week has seen Sir Alaric, Porteous, or knows why pirates would want him dead.
All heads swivelled towards the chair, where Alaric sat as if in prayer.
Explain this, man.
Barnaby cried.
The maid is telling us you've died.
They gathered round, they bid him speak. They checked his pulse and found it weak. And still insisting he'd naught to say, Sir Alaric simply ebbed away.
Egad,
Said Millican.
that goes to show, if we did not already know, we cannot see what shaped our fate. That is, until it's too damned late.